Yeah.
So, I mean, Edward has really stepped up as a strong player for NaVi right now.
And actually seems to be like a fairly reliable secondary offer, like which is a little bit strange considering the rest of his global offensive career at least. So yes, overall, these two teams are just like on the up and up. It's really exciting. They're going to be playing Overpass, which is a map that NaVi actually used to come up with like really cool stuff on.
They used to be very good at it.
Yeah.
But now, are they comfortable with how the bomb site, the A bomb site has been changed, right? Have they had enough time? Because we know that TSM have played quite a bit of Overpass. We know that they're feeling more or less comfortable on the map. I guess the question mark comes down to NaVi and how solid they feel on this map right now.
So actually, I think I can't be 100% sure, but to me this feels like either TSM win this 2-0 or NaVi take it 2-1 and just crush them on Mirage. I feel like even though TSM are pretty, like they can play Mirage, I think NaVi are like the kings of playing Mirage right now.
Yeah, and it's fun when you say like the kings because in reality it only comes down to like a couple of percentage points, right? Of like they're better, but that's all that's needed at this level basically to eke out that win in the end. So it's going to be really interesting if we make it to map 3 on this one. And we're kind of hoping for it as well because we've had, quite a few 2-0s basically so far to start off this tournament. So this is going to be our first winner match in the group phase. And it's going to be between TSM and NaVi. TSM getting to start on the favored side here, CT side of Overpass. NaVi, just straight up aggression from them.
Charging on in towards the bomb site, gonna encounter Carrigan straight off, and actually that was Dupree, getting a straight headshot, then goes down, and Device up here, P2000 in hand, gonna pick off one, and falls back to a little bit of safety. There is a gap in the smoke there, and they both realize Edward comes out on top of the Tech 9, and it's down to a 3v3. The bomb has been planted, there is currently no kit picked up, so they gotta either find one or move quick right here, and they've done damage. Oh, what a headshot from Edward, though, goes for a third one. And his teammates are doing the damage as well. Carrigan gonna fall. It's now Edward with a quad kill headshot on Sipnix. And what a beginning from NaVi, and especially from Edward.
What are we saying, right? Edward stepped up his play, and I love that they make him the raid boss as well. Sees, takes the hit, he spends the extra $500 and drops that Tech 9 to Edward, who went ahead and invested in Kevlar. So then he just turns into that monster who can walk across the map and just lay waste. Takes advantage of the confusion at the beginning, but then just locks down some solid frags, and there you have it. NaVi sitting on a pistol round. Well, as far as TSM are concerned, double scout for them. No CZs.
And look at this. Just pay attention to that wallbang from Seized, because that's one actually worked in when he was doing it in Cologne. But Carrigan to take him out with a scout headshot. And there's another scout in play on Device as well. But Seized did make that wallbang work with the AK. So much so that I think actually when we were casting, we didn't even... Like, we only halfway realized what was going on because it was so crazy. But it's definitely very cool.
Woo, he's playing a dangerous game right now, Device.
Already tagged out Flamey with it, and Cajun's playing perfect angle, and Edward not ready for it. AK picked up, turning around, spraying. Cajun gets the kill. Oh, and one more in there. A little bit of help from Device, I think, tagging it up. Okay, actually, yeah, there was Device. So now Zeus is going to be alone. 1v3. Great play from Cajun with the triple.
And now Zeus just dancing around that corner. Zipnik's not going to try and press the issue. Said he's going to allow the net to close here on Zeus, because we already have that flank coming in from Dupree, who's pushed up from Connector. And with 40 seconds left here for Zeus to play, he's not going to be able to predict that Zipnix was holding in this really wide angle right there out on long. So double AK picked up and TSM come right back into it. And that off the back of a sick opening frag from Carrigan, but also just Cajun B locking down this position right now. And I'm wondering if that wasn't actually Zeus taking shots at Flamey, or if that was just pre-fire coming through. I think that was pre-fire coming in, actually.
Yeah, I'm confused as well. Just a little bit. Not sure what to make about the fact that Carrigan's knife is called sausage in Danish. Kind of confused about that, but don't want to read too much into it.
You guys are big on your barbecue, right? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Danish sausage is, I guess that's something that we're well known for.
Can it rival the German sausage, though?
You ask the Germans, definitely not. Definitely not.
This is going to be, yeah, exactly. This is like bias.
Yeah.
You're never actually going to get a straight answer.
Device going to take down Edward, and it goes for a fight with Flamey as well, but Cajun's there to pick it up, and obviously NaVi with no rifles, just pistols, and a couple of armor as well there, and Guardian with a straight deagle at the playground as well.
This is, well, it was yesterday when NaVi played against Penta that we really got to see NaVi shine on their T side. That's when it looked a little shaky on the CT side. Penta were able to catch them off guard with some early aggression, but it was on the T side that NaVi shone. Right now, though, they're dealing with a totally different beast. TSM, they've got their CT side locked down. They've got everybody hitting shots, apparently. It's going to be very tough here for NaVi to have an impact to get back into this. Guardian, though, with the lurk, manages to just go for a peekaboo, like straight-up peekaboo kill with the deagle and takes out Device. That's not going to be too bad, but again, that's a double eco scenario for NaVi, really, after that force buy.
He was hiding by the benches. 2-1, and fourth round coming up. NaVi this time. Not even armor, not even any kind of pistols. Well, one flashbang from Guardian. Has to be magic flashbang for this to work out. But maybe it will be if they are... I was kind of hoping to just try and rush B and get that perfect pop flash off. Either way, this Glock train I think is going to be a lot less intimidating than the one you run in the pistol round, because without armor and playing against rifles, it gets a bit tough.
And 2 scoped rifles on TSM side. Device goes up to the AWP, that's expected, but then Kerrigan holds on to his scout. Some potential here for shenanigans coming through. NaVi can get the proper angle on anybody, but they've only really got Glocks to work with, so not the best firepower at all.
Yeah, and they kind of built that round on the idea that someone will be holding close here because they already used that pop flash. So they pop flashed in there hoping to catch someone. Now I guess it's just like, do whatever you want, guys, whatever feels right, because we're kind of out of options here. Grenade? Going to be pretty decent, actually.
Yeah, that's actually quite a bit of damage. Thought they would actually split them up, and instead it catches Zeus to the face. So perfect 50 damage dealt to Zeus. And NaVi, after making some noise in sewers, they're going to wrap back up here to A and hope that that at least that distraction that they tried to cause towards that B side has pulled somebody out of position here. But you can see Dupree just smack in the middle. He's holding his ground. He's just going to be able to start tapping them away. Good burst control from him, not overextending himself. He's got to be careful. You know, 3 Glocks, 4 Glocks, they can do some damage, and eventually he gets hunted down.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing there. AK does actually get grenaded away. I'm not sure if that was intentional from Kerrigan. Going to come up close here with a 5-7 and gets 1 kill in. Cajun stealing the other 3 in that round, and I don't know. I mean, NaVi, with nothing but Glocks, you get a kill and you put the bomb down? That's not too bad.
Actually, that's like a huge success for NaVi.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised that they weren't able to put up a bit more of a defense there. It seemed like Device was trying to look towards long, wasn't able to give that much help to his teammate with that AWP. Definitely not the best gun to have when you're facing pistols, just because, well, they don't really care. You've got 1 shot. You're not going to kill all 5 of them with 1 shot, no matter how good you are. So NaVi, they managed to get a successful round out of that, and you can see that actually prompts the buy here from Guardian. He's going to have the money to get his AWP. And the rest of them, decent nade count actually here for NaVi. So they've got some tools in the toolbox. They can actually make something work here.
Yeah, I think
this is... Oh, well, TSM, look.
Oh,
That's the thing. Now, TSM on their CT side have shown that they really do enjoy the boosts. On A side, they have like 3 of them that they'll use throughout their CT side, so we'll see. But Guardian's not having any of that. He's like, what's up, Device? Okay.
They saw that was just completely outplayed. They saw that coming miles away. So that's apparently something TSM have been doing too much. I mean, you recognized it just from the minimap, and NaVi just instantly thought that can be a real thing. So, well played.
I'm curious to see if they have a couple of clever ones that they've taken into account now that the bomb side has been changed up on that A site. So I'm curious if we'll see any of them.
What is the maximum amount of people you can shoot with a headshot with it? I think it's 3.
That's a good question, actually.
I actually think it's 3. I think it's once the 4th person won't be hit by it. I think it stops after 3.
Oh, time to get on a server, guys. Line up some bots.
Well, there was a thread going on Reddit like a year ago, something about it. I think back in like 5.5 or 5.6 beta of Counter-Strike, you can shoot like 10 people with an AWP or something. It's like it was pretty ridiculous at the time, but they changed it later on once the 1.0 came out or something. Flamey to get a kill here on Dupree. They're moving up. Cajun going to get one in return, so it's still a 4v3, and Cajun coming with a double kill. Really doing a lot right now for TSM, bringing it back to a winnable position, and Kerrigan chiming in. NaVi are at the bomb site, but they can't get the bomb down, and they keep trying to fight for a little bit more real estate, and finally it works out. So now it's all on Sipnix trying to clutch it. Going to get the 1 kill in. Guardian up on the box, and the bomb is still not down. 10 seconds here. Sipnix can almost just hide and win.
Yeah, that's literally what's going to happen as well. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, he's going to be able to get this bomb plant down, but he's not going to have any time to fake. And that's all Sipnix had to do. Sipnix just needs to stay alive at this point, and he plays it perfectly. Guardian is going to be able to save that AWP, but what a play from Sipnix, knowing where Guardian was and then just playing it. I mean, playing the clock. All they had to do was keep Guardian from planting that bomb at the end.
Yeah, and I actually would say that is one of Sipnix's strengths on this team, is that he's pretty damn good at playing these positions. Like he's a smart player when it really matters. So well played on that one. That's going to be the 6th round up. NaVi, without even a bomb plant, they did at least have the AWP on Guardian, but they're going to be really low on money if they lose this round.
And it's going to be Guardian really the only one who has the full nades to work with. They have a couple of smokes apart from his, but there's Sipnix taking out C's to start. Dupree sets it up and just beats up Zeus down in connector. Now Edward is hoping that he's going to get greedy, but that's just not going to be the case. Dupree playing it very careful for now, and Cajun even watching the top of it. So they're just getting picked apart now, NaVi, in this key round.
Edward and Guardian going to be alone. At least Edward will get a good headshot in there. Pick up the bomb as well, but I'm not sure where they're going to go from here. Again, A lot of this will come down to whether or not TSM are going to show themselves a lot, or whether or not they're going to play defensively. Right now, they're sort of doing somewhere in between. And they could go back and just hold on the bomb sites and wait for NaVi to show up. Edward going to get the one kill, but Guardian does fall over by Picnic, so now it's all on Edward.
Yeah, this is definitely 1v3, bit of a tricky spot. At least he has time. Well, not a whole lot, but at least he has 40 seconds to play with. So there's a little bit of time here for some mind games, but the nades are going to go out. I mean, hell, Cajun still has his smoke and incendiary. There's an incendiary on Zipnix. There's still smoke on Kerrigan. Like, they have the means to keep him locked out of his sight indefinitely, practically, or at least for the rest of this round. I mean, Cajun could set up with the smoke right now to block off the main entrance, but he's not going to do that.
He's actually walked through the lineup here. Actually I think that completely catches Cajun because he probably thought Zipnix was holding it. But the 1 second where Zipnix makes his way down into lower connector, he actually walks right past. Edward's going to walk right in. Great headshot there. That's now a quad kill. And he's looking for one more for the ace here. What a round from Edward. Flashbang out as well. And Kerrigan trying to get in here quite big as he can. But there it is, the ace. And Edward, 1v3, 1v4 at the end, I think, clutching it. That is a remarkable play.
I'm flabbergasted. I mean, that's the kind of play that we were just talking Edward up for. The fact that he stepped up his individual level and he's just like, I don't even need a team, guys, actually. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and take care of this all by myself.
I mean, it comes down to Zipnix just going down because, okay, so Edward made a little bit of noise trying to run back T-spawn. Zipnix heard that and thought, okay, I'll just go back and put up a grenade and then I'll go back up again. And in that time, Edward sneaks past in towards the toilets and then he's straight up into the A-bomb site, catching Cajun, I think it was, off guard. And the round just spirals out of control then. The timing was pretty much godlike.
Yeah, just perfect, really. Worked out so wonderfully for him. And now, well, that's going to set TSM back, as we can see. Not a whole lot of money to work with. It's the same thing for NaVi, though. So this is that crucial round now that could determine a lot of the momentum early on in this half. TSM will eco if they lose this one, but it could be the same thing for NaVi. So this is big now for both teams. We're still so limited on nades for both teams, in fact, as well. A lot of this is going to come down to the timing and the rifle work. But these steps here by Edward, you have a man holding up close. That's Dupree holding at top long. So he knows now there's at least one guy holding in mid, and he's looking to get the backstab in. This could be a big timing here for Dupree to walk around this corner.
Yeah, especially because Kerrigan got the kill over at B, so if he sees a lot of people here... Oh! Just turns around. That's so close. He can spot 3 people if he walks, or at least 2 of them. And that should give the final information for his team.
How does he not take that peek? How does he not go into mid at least to get information?
I don't know. This is almost unreal. Now he knows, because his teammates up in AF are calling it in now. So the timing might still be good, but this is going to be just a couple seconds late, maybe. Flashbang in once. Dupree's got 20 bullets in the pistol. He's going to walk out. Zeus is there. Instant shot. One more in there. Dupree with a double, and the bomb is down as well. And he's going to fall back and play it safe. Spots out Guardian. This is so smart. And there's the triple kill. Extremely well played from Dupree, in spite of the fact that it looked like it was about to be horrible.
Oh my gosh, yeah, right? You're just crossing your fingers, because that's one of those moments. It's happened as well to Dupree in the past on this very map where, you know, the timing just didn't line up. He may have missed out on just a triple kill. They turn around at the last possible second, but this is one of those very rare moments where, well, he didn't get shot in the face. This was actually Edward's ace round, basically. This is where he was able to get that key frag onto Cajun. Wow.
I mean, this could... We have this whole Comhem play of the day thing. This could definitely be a candidate for...
oh, this has got to be.
This is a very, very sick round from Edward.
But here we have it now. TSM under control. They have everything that they need. Now the rifles, the nades. It's NaVi who are forced to eco. So Zeus, you can be sure, was grinning about that ace from Edward. You know, finally, perhaps a chance here to take the control, to get everything going for them. But instead, they get shut down. And here's another boost coming out, actually.
That was a leg shot.
That was a leg shot.
That wasn't a leg shot. That was Guardian going down. Edward gonna fall as well, and Flamey will be the last man standing. So actually, it feels to me like recently the T side has picked up a bunch of rounds on the T half of this map. So I'm actually a little bit worried for NaVi that they're at 6-2 right now. It's not the end of the world, but I feel like they should be doing just a little bit better.
Yeah, they're supposed to be... I think the main thing is that they're supposed to be able to get more plants and just get up onto that A site easier, because the bomb site has been made bigger, or at least the plantable area, the rectangle where you can actually plant the bomb has been made larger. There's a couple of boxes there as well that should allow for a safer plant for the T side. NaVi right now, but even before they're able to get up onto that side, they're just getting shut down, picked off. And they go for a very slim buy here, NaVi, so definitely feeling the pressure, it seems. So few nades to work with. That's the real issue here. You know, you need to have the nades to be able to split up this A site. And look at now, NaVi have so quickly moved up to the top of mid right now, and they have actually successfully boxed Cajun B in here.
Yeah, but if he can get this kill on Edward coming off, sorry, on Flamey coming in, then he can still turn around and backstab them, and that will be important. Smoke goes off as well. Zeus is right there. Cajun, drop the second player too. Guardian going down, and Cajun, if he had enough bullets to spray, I think he would have probably got that kill as well. But C's will take down Dupree, and there's no bomb plant happening yet. It's 2v3, and it's a huge play from Cajun once again.
They need to be careful now, though, TSM. Now this is a bit dangerous. They've rotated 2 guys up onto this A side. So long as this bomb remains here, they're fine. But now they need to play patient. They don't need to peek. Zipnix is just content to hold.
Kerrigan for behind, though.
There you go. Takes out C's, just trying to push out mid. And Flamey now is going to be able to step in, take that fight. But then, yeah, Zipnix walking in from connector manages to catch Flamey out in the open. And so TSM managed to stabilize. Quite an expensive round there for TSM. But what's worse is that NaVi, that was a kind of force buy scenario.
Look at this here. I mean, the fact that he actually oversteps the angle to begin with could have got him killed. Guardian could have been there in time to get him. He has to walk back, and he still gets the flick on there.
That didn't look like Guardian had a helmet either.
It could have been not there. You might have been right. 7-2. We're moving into the 10th round. NaVi, so many eco rounds in this game. Like you were pointing out, some of the rounds they've lost have been without even bomb plants, so that's a big problem.
You need that bonus 800. It makes such a big difference. We could have a potential buy here. Instead, they're going to go running in, and actually Cajun does manage to control, going for the third one, but he's not going to get it. That's Flamey with the Tech 9. Point Blank who's going to pick that up. Now has an M4 to work with. But Device holding this angle at long. Pop flash, but it's not going to be effective, and Device misses the flick.
Oh, that is perfect. And he's going to go for it with the pistol. He knows how much that did, but Flamey still comes out on top. That has to be a candidate for the best time grenade of the year almost. And now Edward, well, did he hear Kerrigan walking up there? I'm wondering.
That was not assembly doing that. That was a perfection. Yeah, that did pretty much max damage as well. Down to 42 HP from a single HE. That hurts.
Oh, the timing is so good there. Sad for Edward. That could have been fun if he could have walked up behind again and tried to see if he could surprise them. 8-2. Now be able to buy once more here, including 2 Molotovs. Not bad. Molotovs can be used to clear out some crucial spots on the B-bomb side, as we've seen in the past, and 4 now actually is what they're up to. So, yeah, you could firebomb out the whole of the B-bomb side. At that point, you can almost cover all of it. We'll have to see if some of the TSM players stand in obvious positions. The most obvious one is the barrels here, or if they're going to play in a slightly different one. Device, not going to get that kill. Got to be careful. Guardian is down there too.
Nice nade on the Flamey, though. That's going to bounce right around on short.
So
now look,
Kerrigan
they're actually boosting Device up. Extremely risky play, because Zipnix is actually within harm's way there. He can get wallbanged through on the wood.
You really got to be careful.
Oh, there it is.
Say it here, it pops up there. And Kerrigan was for a moment playing in a position where he could have easily got Molotov out, but now they're bringing the bomb all the way back, in fact, towards the A side of the map, and Seized is going to take out Kerrigan, who was feeling a little bit adventurous down there, to push on through the smoke. That is scary.
Oh, man. They're using these Molotovs. Wow, that's an incendiary, actually, from the CT side, so not the Molotov from NaVi's side. NaVi still have 3 Molotovs to work with, actually.
Over at A, Dupree. Where is... Yeah, he's so close. If he gets this kill, but Edward is just so smart.
I think the silencer peeks out just a little bit there in that angle. So that's not ideal. Edward able to get a little bit of an advantage, and now he's actually pushed into bank. He's going to be able to catch Cajun B out for free. Device is going to be the only man alive here, and this is, yeah, definitely a situation where Device should just be hauling. He should be heading back to T-spawn. There's a man ahead of him, however. Flamey has already pushed back into T-spawn, and they're probably going to just jump right into each other. Flamey hears the steps. Free kill now for Flamey, and he's going to get it.
So what's the money like on TSM? That's the big thing here. It's pretty good, but Cajun kind of low, so they can make a good buy here. Kerrigan dropping for Cajun. But then after that, they really got to be careful. NaVi could still bounce around and suddenly have a, maybe not a great first half, but a decent one. I think if they can get up to, 6 or 7 rounds here, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing. Is if they can finish this 9-6, it's actually not too shabby for NaVi. And they're well capable of it as well. I mean, look at all this. I mean, now they have all the nades that they need once again, so they're going to be able to execute close. And it's going to be Device, though, to pick up a man in connector. Device has been extremely mobile with this AWP. He gets a second kill. And from a different position on the map practically every round. This time he went to connector with that up. That hadn't happened yet. NaVi getting caught off guard, expecting Dupree in there alone.
Yeah, and speaking of Dupree, picking off the Edward like that, Seized and Guardian are going to be left And I'm not sure what the best play for them right here is. This is looking like another round where getting a bomb plant is going to be really tough. Their money will be reset. This could be sort of a 12-3 type scenario for TSM.
There we go. Second try does it. But now, unfortunately, Dupree's caught seized, and it's just going to be Guardian all by his
floating
lonesome.
around in front of him.
Dude, Dupree, this is like when you... Oh. Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
All right, still gets it, turns around, really close, takes out Device. He's going to get shot about any second by KJ. What a shame. It shows you how lethal Guardian could be. And it makes it a really expensive round with TSM, which is actually important. That's still important for NaVi right now. Just getting those rifles away. And they're going to go for a force-up anyway. They had just enough to do it.
Yeah, they realize. I think this is the call where they're just saying, wait, we just did so much more damage than we should have to these guys. We've gotten 3 kills. This one here by Device, though. Device just getting caught on the edge. Yeah, NaVi, they realize that if they can win this round, TSM are going to be ecoing, and that's the opportunity that NaVi need to run away with this half. So this is it. That 9-6, it starts now. Edward with the deep flash onto long, but nobody is holding there for him, so not going to be any joy for him this time around. Now look at how they've changed it up as well, TSM. They have decided to back off. They did go for some early push, at least in mids, just to get some presence out there, but they have really just chosen to back off quite a bit. This is another boost coming out now from Device. He's used this one in the past already, so now we have to see if he's going to be effective with it here.
He's ready for their boost on the other side. Oh, it's just to the edge, and they don't hit the shot. I think they were just a little bit too quick. Then I think Guardian saw that. Really confusing. Are they going to try and boost later on up at the wall? Could do it. They're sneaking 4 people off on the far right side here, on the far left side. Edward really close. Molotov has already rained out. 45 seconds, and they're going to try and smoke it off and just go for the bomb plant here. I think once they get the bomb down, fighting TSM is going to be a lot more easy. 2 of the members of TSM are still down in B as well, so they're just fighting 3. One of them goes down. 2 members left, and this is looking great for NaVi.
Yeah, look at this now. They cleared out the key man that could have stopped them from planting that bomb. That's it. NaVi now finally taking advantage, using that one smoke. It allows them to get up there. Now 4-on-4 scenario here. Molotov finally goes in. And Dupree, don't peek. There's 3 guys waiting for you, holding on long. It's going to be brutal, but a great flash to open things up. Seized does bring it back and takes out Dupree. Edward takes out Kerrigan, and there it is. Double kill for Seized. He gets dropped down to 6 HP, but that's all he needed to do.
Oh, that grenade. If only it had been seized up close, that could have been in a 1v1 at least. He's going to get the 1 kill in. Runs in, tries to look for it, but he's going to get the kill and can't win the round. Quad kill for Cajun, though, and he's still going to die into the bomb, so good round from NaVi, although it looks really scary when they have that many people over on long. What if somebody has a Molotov or a smoke or anything to block them off with? A little bit worried.
Yeah, they have that. I mean, but that's NaVi just making some adjustments. Saying, okay, well, all we need is just 1 smoke to block off bank. If we can kill the guy holding behind truck, then we've got this, right? Then we've got that site. And that's the difference now, that you have those boxes there to cut things up, and the fact that they've made that bomb plant position bigger, you can go for plays like that. So NaVi winning that key round, and look, now they can actually have that chance to run away with this. TSM have gone for a force buy on this scenario.
Yeah, which is, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the right call is, but it's definitely dangerous. They're playing really close here to Bathroom as well, and Cajun going to be taking out Flamey, revenging Dupree. He already went down, but now they're coming for him. He has to kind of make it out of there, otherwise they're just going to group up right around him. Galil not going to be good enough, and he ends up going down. Still not over yet, though NaVi do have the 1-man advantage. Sneaking up from behind is Kerrigan, and he's about to walk into a whole bunch of people. Takes a fight with Zeus, and it's going to win it, which drops the bomb. That's still pretty good. I mean, that's rifle versus AK. That's not bad.
And now do they have the gamble, TSM? Do they just decide to hold 2 guys on A right now into 2-on-3? Because they could just elect to stay here, stay put. There's the peek from Sipnix to get some info, and Guardian up on this tricky position. It's actually going to be able to do some damage to him. That bomb? It seems like there was a moment's hesitation, or is he setting up for a nade instead? Yeah, Edward is setting up for a nade right now. Okay.
Ooh, he spots that out, but the angle is not quite good enough. They know where 1 is, and Guardian's going to go down now. It is a 2v2. Grenade on out. Sipnix will fall. It's all on Device here. 1 man with a deagle, and a lot of work to do as he's down to 14 health. Just now he's on 100, but they've dropped him so low. 15 seconds, 14 seconds. They're just going to try and zone him out here. Flashbang in. Nice play from NaVi at the end. Seized with a triple kill. Good job on the Russian player, and that's going to bring it to 9-5. And now TSM have almost no money. NaVi have actually come back into this half.
Yep, winning that one key round on the 14th, or the 13th rather.
Yeah.
That was it. That's given them actually like what we were saying, you know, what they needed, 6 rounds. They have a real shot at getting it now because once again, TSM, they're spending everything they got, but the best they can do is pistols and a few nades. This is brutal now for the Danes. And they're going all out aggression again. Well, dupree's going to be able to get up into connector fairly quick here. See if he can actually get the drop on the guys waiting around the corner from him.
Just wants somebody to walk right into his crosshair here and just take him out. Flashbang around the corner, goes for the shot. Not going to get it. Actually sort of transferred onto the next target. I think he was just hoping the last bullet was going to be a headshot and then just continue. Not going to be quite good enough this time, though. I think 6 rounds is workable for NaVi. I don't think it's like, it's super great, but it works for them. And they're definitely going to set this 6th round here. It's now 5-2, and it's just pistols and no kit or anything else here. Sipnik's going to fall. Bomb all the way back in T-spawn. And Carrigan, man fighting Edward, ends up going down to Flamey 9-6. So, pretty big comeback from NaVi. I mean, what, they won 3 rounds in a row at the end here? That's not too bad. Yeah,
and Edward top fragging, but actually, he's tied up right now with Flamey. So he's not top fragging on the map. That's actually Cajun with 23 frags. So yeah. Cajun actually kind of running away with it for TSM. I mean, NaVi, it comes down to a couple of key rounds and also a couple of just insane performances from Edward. The ace and the pistol round from Edward. And then the other 4 is basically played off of Eco, where they were able to just beat up TSM and win a key round that put TSM into a force buy scenario twice. So,
I mean, Cajun has just had a beastly game so far. Like a really, really impressive game. See if he can continue on the second half here. She's starting right now. If you are just joining us, this is only the first map on this winner finals, or in this, winners match. So you gotta be careful. There's still 2 more maps coming up, so you've got nothing else to do. You should hang around with us all evening. This is Fragbite Masters, and we'll see if TSM can win this pistol. Go a long way to winning the map. If NaVi do it though, no reason why they couldn't bounce back in the game and see if they can put some real pressure on TSM. Edward will go down though, one of the best pistol players. Some wallbang shots coming out onto dupreeh, and you can tell he was confused for a moment. They really want to go, and they're going to sandwich in the player holding around the center pillar there. Su's going to pick up 2 good kills, and finally the bomb site is lost, but Guardian takes out Carrigan. It's a 2v3. The bomb's going to go down, but NaVi can retake this, and they still have the grenade. They still have the kit unseized.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time as well. Zeus just holding, gets instant headshot though, so a bit of a dangerous situation. He replies and takes Sipnik's down to half HP. They're pretty much dead even now. TSM holding this angle. Device gets spotted out on short though. The game is up and he's going to have to take this fight. Zeus down to 1 HP. And Guardian takes out Sipnik's as well. So that is it. Zeus, 3 kills and he's alive at 1 HP at the end of it. That's incredible.
That actually makes a huge difference. If Device gets that kill on Zeus, he can play defensively once more. He's definitely going to fall back and just wait for it. That was pretty intense. Now 9-7, and we've got a really good game on our hands now. This could turn into a bit of a brawl, because I think TSM are going to be quite strong T-side on this map. I think they're going to be prepared. So, yeah, this could be another one of those all 30-round type games.
Yeah, it seems like that's kind of just the TSM calling card, isn't it?
Making it interesting for us.
NaVi with a bit of a mixed approach to it, actually. Edward with the swag, a couple of SMGs, nobody checking restroom. Edward going to pick up the first one. He's going to get overwhelmed by dupreeh, but then Seized is there to plug the gap. Now dupreeh holding on this angle, looking to see if he can't get that shot. Seized actually dropping dangerously low, but that mid-air headshot onto dupreeh denies him. And that drops the bomb as well.
That's a beautiful kill. I hope we can get that in replay. That was really beautiful.
Let's see.
I think this is one of the reasons why Counter-Strike is such a fun game, is because even if you knew nothing about Counter-Strike, if you have no idea what any of these people are doing or what the objective is, I think you can still look at this kill and you can identify that is hard to do. Like, that is difficult. You don't know how tough the game is, but you know that that was unusual. Very nice.
Action time was of gods amongst men. Let's see. Double actually down here in the connector, and Guardian literally just walks out and takes Cajun B out. That's a big kill. And then the aggressive push here by Seized. Oh, man, NaVi with the ultra aggression actually just paying off wonderfully right now as Edward takes out Device as well. They peek together. I mean, this is just some solid CT work coming out from NaVi. The early aggression, but then also when they take these fights, they aren't necessarily alone. When they peek in connector, they were the 2 of them. When they peek in sewer, they were the 2 of them. They're peeking together so that if one of them gets picked off, the other can return the frag. I mean, there you go, NaVi. That's how you shut down TSM's first buy round. That's how you really rock the Danes.
And Guardian is there for the kill. Now, what we just saw down in Connector with Guardian peeking up that far is kind of goes back to the discussion we were having yesterday about doing shoulder peeks or over peeking the angle. The danger is if there's more people waiting down there, Guardian probably walks into death because they're both going to have an angle on him. But you can see that Cajun was ready for someone to just sort of walk in slowly. Then he would have one-tapped him. But because Guardian was so fast in with the spray as well, Cajun couldn't just quick enough. So, yeah, it's always a little bit hard to call whether you should do one or the other. But this time was definitely the right call. Edward gonna just count a couple of Danish players up there. And then falls back to a much safer position, which is smart.
Nice timing on the HE as well. There's the lurk by Sipnix, but it's not going to pay off. Zeus reacts in time and takes him out. There isn't a whole lot to be said, actually, for this round, just because TSM have only invested in P250s. So no nades to speak of. This is all about just positioning at this point. Edward just standing his ground. He's got 24 HP, and he's still willing to hold this angle. That's actually incredibly dangerous. A little bit of pre-fire around that corner if somebody comes running around with the P250, and he's done for.
It's a clean round from NaVi. They don't lose anybody. And what's their money like? They have a lot of money on that CT side. TSM really needs to put the brakes on NaVi right now. If they win this upcoming round, then TSM are in a position where they need to win, you know, 2 or 3 rounds in a row before they can start really pressuring NaVi. And so far, that's proven difficult.
Notice the one player that actually hasn't had much of an impact at all, it seems, for TSM. It's Device. He's bottom fragging right now. That's definitely rough when one of your high-impact players that you need to step up isn't quite there yet.
Oh, where's Guardian holding right now? Can we check that out? Okay, so Guardian is essentially a beacon right now. If they came long, they would see and try and fight Guardian, and then Edward would pop out behind the tree. It's a very simple basic line game, but it's kind of cool to, yeah, I mean, it's something anyone could do. You see Device here, he's going to peek out. Oh, and Edward moves out of the way. Guardian still just gets the shot there. So maybe it goes back to what we were talking about. Device maybe not feeling it right now.
And then it doesn't look like Device was able to spot out Edward. Because Edward gets that free kill on a Dupree. Kerrigan does take out Edward in turn, but then Guardian walks forward, and it's just going to be Kerrigan alone now. All by his lonesome at top mid. Options, what are they? I suppose you could try nade them. Double nade, in fact. And C's lives with 2 HP.
They all survive. 11-9. 21st round coming up. I mean, this is turning into actually... They won the last 3 rounds on the first half, and then they've won the first 5 rounds on this one. So 8 rounds in a row that NaVi have just picked up here.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive,
story, right? It seems to be the kind of the story as well. A lot of these rounds, 3 people on NaVi are very low on HP, like very low on HP. Just like an extra bullet or 2, a couple damage here and there could make all the difference right now for TSM, but they're just not getting that. And Zeus going for basically like the Sipnix hold, just jumping on repeatedly there to spot into Sewer. He's gonna spot out one guy. That sets up for the nade and the smoke to block things off. But we've had a 1-for-1 trade so far to start.
Seized. Gonna take down Kerrigan. They almost line up for him. He controls the spray and just keeps going. What a great double kill. And now Dupree, bomb is dropped as well, seized. And actually gets stolen by Zeus at the end. That's 12-9. And looking very bad right now for TSM. I'm not sure what the plan is here. They're actually gonna force it up with Galils instead. Well, AKs and Galils, but this is... It's gonna be a thing. I mean, what are they gonna do? They have 1 smoke and a couple of flashbangs. I'm not sure if I agree with this buy. Almost would have rather seen them go for Tech 9 armor and then like more grenades.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Kind of like a halvesy buy.
Yeah.
So they can get a full buy in the next round. Because right now the money on NaVi is completely out of control. So it's no longer about like controlling NaVi's money. Like trying to force them to spend. You just have to win rounds outright. And so we have the nades going down already, but they're out of smokes. TSM, they have no more smokes to be able to cut up a site with. They've got 3 flashes and a decoy grenade. So it's really not a whole lot to work with. Kerrigan, however, if you got the bullets, that can do the trick as well. C's is going to get picked up with a headshot to start. But Edward, they don't have any idea that he's back here, but Device still comes back and checks. Dupree with the headshot. Okay, and now everything is working out for TSM.
Yeah, and Dupree to finish off that round. Actually, Edward did make a little bit of noise as he was jumping past, and I have no idea why he did that. It felt to me like he could have just like snuck past that smoke, but... maybe he was worried someone was somehow looking over it or something. It looked really weird because I think that actually tipped off TSM that something was going on. Maybe he could have been lurking behind them if not. 12-10. And we see double up on NaVi with Flamey being the secondary over, not Edward this time. Alright.
We've seen Flamey sporadically, but we've seen him use it in the past. Guardian, however, he's going to be under some heavy pressure here. 1-for-1, but then he steps in. Managed to bring it back his team's way. So it's a 4-on-3 now. One man holding, and Guardian just goes for the straight up smoke. Takes that fight with Device, but Device wins it. Flamey instead will take out Dupree, and Device delivers a second frag. Now we're into the thick of things here. Zeus, however, ruins Device's day. And it's going to be Kerrigan once again, all by his lonesome. But he knows that the man who is supposed to be holding on this A site is all the way up on long. He's waiting for the rotation from B site right now, but that's not going to come.
And Kerrigan actually might be mind gaming himself here. How is he going to end up with? If he goes down to B, then Flamey is going to be pretty close by. He's going to have a Molotov as well to potentially delay the plant and buy more time for Zeus to get in here, and even a couple of flashbangs. So, yeah, I mean, it's so hard because we don't know. You're right. We knew that Kerrigan was realizing Zeus was up there. He's probably just hoping that he'll catch Flamey looking the wrong way, so he can at least make it a 1v1. It's actually not a bad play from Kerrigan, this. It's just that we have more information than he does, so we can tell that he's slowly playing himself into a bit of a trap here.
He's really not going to leave himself much time to act. Yeah, there it is. He goes for a different kind of plan, so he's planning it out in the open. We'll have to see where he decides to take the fight. He needs to choose an angle. I mean, he has to choose a position where he's not going to have to worry about too many angles, and this is it. He's really going to step in here. Goes for the fight with Zeus, but Zeus, one step too far, will win that duel, and it's going to be Flamey all the time in the world for the defuse.
Yeah, they were wondering if they could find an AWP somewhere, but I'm not sure there's one to pick up. Either way, it's going to be 13-10 here, as NaVi are just on a roll and cannot be stopped. It was looking so good for TSM in the beginning. They really had a nice run. And then all of a sudden it just changes. We bring up the scoreboard here. What was the score early on for TSM? So they had 2-8 at some point during the first half. 2-8. At that point, you know you got to be feeling good. And now it's back to 13-10. So very different scenario. NaVi now 3 rounds away from taking a victory here on the first map. And like I said, I really think the name of the game here for TSM is doing a 2-0 victory. I don't think playing Mirage is a very nice idea at all.
Once again, NaVi really just decided to push and hold these aggressive positions. Kerrigan not checking that corner. And Seized is going to get the punish on him. That's a fairly common corner as well, so not really making it work. Seized trying to battle his way out of here. There's the pop flash, but he's not going to be necessary. Instead, he decides to go aggressive, and this is behind Guardian as well, who's just dropped a bomb carrier. So now that bomb stuck in restroom, they know an op is here, and Guardian gets walked in on, but there it is. Just annihilates Cajun B, who has had 0 impact as well on this T side. Guardian just manhandling them. You cannot approach him. The close quarters AWP work from him is just on point tonight.
Oh, definitely. This is really worrying. I mean, Cajun, as we were talking about, he had such a sick first half. Has he even got a kill the second half? I don't think so.
Not a single one. 23-0-17 right now.
That was his score the first half, right?
Yeah, that's really rough for Cajun. I mean, that's when you need to have. It just seems like that round really, NaVi just completely stepped all over them. One pick after another. TSM going for the force, and now basically they're going to be just sitting on these pistols. They're playing for overtime at this point, and it's not looking pretty. Edward with the MP7 getting a little greedy. He's going to get rushed down here, but Seized is there to save the day, and Seized doesn't even realize it, but he picked up a second kill with his Molotov as well.
Dupree and Sipnix could have very nearly burned alive as well, so this is just looking so grim. Danish team getting ripped apart by NaVi here in the second half. Seized with a triple this time around, and Device, he's going to go down as well. Quad kill for Seized, and it's 15-10. This seems almost already over. What a turnaround from NaVi.
Yeah,
like a
really
real mental comeback from them.
Just really impressive stuff. And also, NaVi just looking dominant on their CT side, whereas yesterday it seemed like a real struggle for them to chain rounds together versus Penta. Tonight does not seem to be an issue at all. They've given up 1 round, literally 1 round in this second half. It's been a near clean sweep for NaVi. So TSM struggling, just desperately trying to get something going for themselves here. They're going to be able to get a decent buy going here with the AKs and a few nades. But Flamey, again, it's just this double op hold. This is so scary for TSM. They have to be wondering. They know that Guardian's got his, but have they figured out that Flamey's got one as well over on the main entrance here? This could be brutal. He knows now. Flamey knows that at least one man is here.
The opening kill is always going to be really important, but we're just waiting for the next move right here. And so is TSM. They really want someone to come and peek, and Flamey, I don't think he spots them going back at least, so he doesn't know that they've sort of exited, apart from the fact they can't see anyone, which is not always 100% confirmation. Edward's going to be the first guy to catch them going back, and Guardian will pick up 1 kill on Kerrigan. Sipnix to return And this is good for TSM, but they're also spending so much time doing this. 40 seconds, and they're making their way back, which means if they start to get into a prolonged fight back here at B, it's going to get a little bit rough. They take out C's, though, so now it's all on Flamey, who's the lone man here. Orbs, one person, 3 more coming in, and they're going to be fast as well. They almost lined up. There was a 2-for-1 shot, but none of them die. Flamey gets one more, and then he finally goes down. Guardian from the high ground gets the 1 kill in. Sipnik's going to try and put the bomb down. Luckily, Guardian does not have an HG, otherwise this map would be over, but he still has to make it out of there, and it's not going to be easy. Guardian,
So close.
wow, he didn't spot him escape either, and Sipnik's hangs around.
That was entirely too close. Yeah, Sip, all he has to do is listen for that bomb. He has to listen for Guardian to get the tap with the defuse. And Guardian, he has his kit. So there is a little bit here, but oh, and there it is. Sipnik's just not having enough HP. Not having enough HP to take that fight. Guardian just too quick for him.
And that was, I think that was Flamey getting that shot in at the end. Wow, what a game. And NaVi just winning an enormous amount of rounds in a row and ending up at 16-10. I did not see that coming. That was crazy.
Flamey's shot went through the cement.
Yeah, it went
shot through the ramp and then through both of those players. And both those players were both very low as well. That's what I was thinking. If he had just been a second earlier with his HE, he could have just nuked 2 players off of TSM right there.
Yeah.
They were both so low.
That was a really, really big comeback from NaVi in that game. Really big.
It's the complete opposite from yesterday, almost. You know, barring some like incredible heroics. Basically, like their T side this time actually has been really scrappy because it was like 2 insane rounds that you could never count on Edward to deliver consistently.
Yeah.